on silent now. Lock up. All right. Blow the horn. Go push on. Mataya, present thyself.
Mataya, Ban Banyamya, Ban Yashal.
Mataya, Ban Banyamya, Ban Yashal.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah. Come on up. Go again.
La Yashal.
So you can put it down. It's on you. Amadu, which means to stand. Wapaya Hakodam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Repeat after me. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. I.S.U.P.K. Yahweh. I.S.U.P.K. Baba'ah. Watazayaka. I.S.U.P.K. Ba'aratazah. Kawah. I.S.U.P.K. Bashemayim. Thundernow. Come. Cow. Yawam. Wasalakinow. Kabawatinow. Kasalakinow. Kabawatinow. Wala'ah. Babi Ayanaw. Banasana one. Abo. Awashayanaw. Bayan. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wa'ala. Watapara. La'aywalamim. Aman.
In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. So like it. And forgive us our debts. Please forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
We're going to say, I cut the power, Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Baba Kusha. The thunder now. Akat. La'pa'ah. Kam Allah. Wakamarawa. Akat. Latahar. Hamatazariah. Lahakwim. Hamathium. Akat. Al-Raka'awah. Hamatat. Hatama'ala. Lagar Shun. Ba'ashem Yahushua. The water Aman.
In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. Power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. Cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
We're going to say, bless Israel. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Barakanaw. Wayasha'ala. Wahabayah. Sapari. Barak. Rapah. Magun. Ba'ashem Yahushua. The water Aman.
And in English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect our loved ones. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
We're going to say Psalms 121. After me, Asha'ah. Ayanya. Ahahorium. Ma'ayan. Yaba'ah. Azari. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. I.S.U.P.K. Shemayim. Waharatazah. Ayathan. Lamawat. Regal. Al-Yanawam,
Shamarka,
Shamarka, Anat, La'at, Yanawam, Wala'at, Yayashun, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yah, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'at, Yakarka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Yakarai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'athka, Wabawa'athka, Ma'itha, Wa'ai-awalam, Wa'araman.
In English, I will lift my eyes to the hills.
I will lift my eyes to the hills.
From which comes my help?
From which comes my help?
My help coming from Yahweh.
My help coming from Yahweh.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
You will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
You will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee,
He that keepeth
will
thee,
not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel,
he that keepeth
shall
Israel,
neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
Nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
And thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth
And even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
So be it.
So be it.
We're going to say Psalms 83. Alahaya,
Alahai,
Al-Damayalaka,
Al-Damayalaka,
Al-Thakarash,
Al-Thakarash,
Al-Tashakwat,
Al-Tashquat,
Al, Kayahanna,
Yahanna,
Al-Yabyaka,
Al-Yappika,
Yahamayawan,
Yahanna,
Mashanayaka,
Mashanayaka,
Nasha'awa,
Nasha'awa,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al-Aimaka,
Al-Aimaka,
Sorry, Ya'ira Yamwa,
Yahweh,
Sawad,
Sawad,
Wayataya Itazawa,
Wayataya Itazawa,
Al-Tasapawanyaka,
Al-Tasapawanyaka,
Amaru,
Amar,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakira,
Wanakakina,
Magalia,
Magalia,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Shamyashal,
Shamyashal,
Aiwa,
Aiwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa Itazawa,
Naba Itazawa,
La,
La,
Lakarwa,
Yakaba,
Yakadwa,
Yakaba,
Alyaka,
Alika,
Waya,
Baya,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarafa,
Alahaya,
Alahai,
Ahaya,
Ahaya,
Arawam,
Alamam,
Wayashama Alyam,
Wayashma'ali,
Mawa'aba,
Mawa'aba,
Wahagarian,
Wahagarian,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa'aimawan,
Wa'aimawan,
Wa'aimalak,
Wa'aimalak,
Palashat,
Palashat,
I'm Yashabi,
I'm Yashabi,
Tazawul,
Tazawul,
Kamashawul,
Kamashawul,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawa,
Hayalwa,
Zarawai,
Zarawai,
the Bunyalawat,
Nabanyalawat,
Salat,
Salat,
Aishalaham,
Aishalaham,
Kamadian,
Kamadi,
Kasara Sara'ah,
Kasai Sara'ah,
Kayabian,
Kayabi,
Banakal,
Banakal,
Koyashawan,
Koyashawan,
Nashamarwa,
Nashamawa,
Ba'ayanda Ira,
Ba'ayanda Ira,
Kayawa,
Kayawa,
Saga, Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La Adama,
La'alama,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamba,
Na Adiyamawa,
Nadiyamu,
Nadiyamawa,
Nadiyamu,
Ka'ira,
Kaira,
because of Abba,
because of Abba,
because of Abba,
because of Abba,
because of Bak,
because of Bak,
because of Zamanai,
because of Zamanai,
Kana Sayakamwa,
because of Sayakamba,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amawa,
Amaro,
Nayabasha,
Nayarasha,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Na'awa,
Nawa,
Alahaya,
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 Shayatamwa,
Shayatamba,
Kagagala,
Kagaga,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya Raka,
Lapanya Raka,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Tabaya Ira,
Staba Ira Yaira,
Wakala Haba,
Wakala Haba,
Talahat,
Salahat,
Haryam,
Haryam,
Khan,
Khan,
Thawadatma,
Thawadatma,
Basa Ibaka,
Basa Ibaka,
Wabasa Wapaka,
Wabasu Wapaka,
the Bahalam,
Bahalam,
Mala'ah,
Mala'ah,
Kunyaham,
Kunyaham,
Kwalawan,
Kwalawan,
Wayabakwashu,
Wayabakwashu,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashu,
Yabasu,
Saki, Wayaba'aliwa,
Wayaba'aliwa,
Ayai,
Ai,
Wayakapawa,
Wayakapawa,
Wayadaidawa,
Wayaiwa,
Oslaki, Wayabaru,
Wayabaru,
Wayadaidawa,
Wayaiwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Atha,
Atha,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labaka,
Labaka,
Ayawan,
Ayawan,
Al-Kaha Rataza,
Al-Kaha Rataza,
the Wadaman.
the Wadaman.
In English, keep not thy sounds, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the
They
head.
have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy
And
people.
consulted against thy hidden
And
ones.
consulted against thy hidden
They
ones.
have said,
They have said,
Come, let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation.
That the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel.
May be no more remembrance.
May be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
They have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of
And
Edom.
the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Moab.
And Moab.
The Hagarenes.
The Hagarenes.
Gebal and Ammon.
Gebal and Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
Philistine.
Philistine.
The inhabitants of the Tyree.
Tyree.
Master is also joined with them.
Master is also joined with
They
them.
have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah. Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sarah.
As to Sarah.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
As to Brook of Kishon.
And the brook of Kishon.
Paris had Endor.
Which perished at
And
Endor.
they became as dung for the earth.
And they came as dung for the earth.
Make the nobles like a red.
Make the nobles like a red.
And like Saad.
And like Saad.
Yea. All their princes.
All their princes.
As Sabbath.
As Sabbath.
As Amuna.
As Amuna.
Who said.
Who said.
Let us take to ourselves.
Let us take to
The
ourselves.
house of Yahweh in possession.
The house of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my power.
Oh my power.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As a stubble before the wind.
As stubble before the
As
wind.
the fire burning the wood.
As the fire burneth the
And
wood.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
And as the flame set the mountains on
So
fire.
persecute them.
So persecute them.
With that tempest.
With that tempest.
And make them afraid.
Make them afraid.
With that storm.
With that storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with
So they
shame.
may seek thy name.
They may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh, Yahweh.
Let it be confounded.
Let it be
In
confounded.
trouble forever.
In trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let it be put to shame.
Let it be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That they may know.
That they may know.
That thou.
That thou.
Whose name alone.
Whose name
Is
alone.
Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Art the Most High.
Art the Most High.
So all the earth.
So all the earth.
So be it.
So be it.
Salah, which means to turn. Yashabi, which means to be seated. Good. Salah. All right. Men up here, Yashabi, which means to be seated. We're going to continue on where we left off last week. Slide if you could. We're going to continue on where we left off last week. We're going to start with Hebrew, Nehemiah 3:17 through 23. If you could, Kagar, can you start me off, Baba Kishar?
Okay, I gotta find the file with somebody.
And we had Nehemiah 3. Nehemiah 3:17-23. So all right, got it. Nehemiah 3, chapter 17. I got it. Nehemiah chapter 3, verse 17 in the Hebrew. Akar Yahweh, Haka Zaya Kwawa, Halawayim, Rakawam, Bunya, Al, Yarawa, Haka Zaya Kwa, Yak, Kasha Baya, Shah, Katazaya, Palak, Kwa'ai Yala, La Pala Kawa, verse 18. Akarayawa, Haka Zayakwawa, Aka Yaham, Bawaya, Bun, Kanadad, Shar, Katazaya, Palak, Kwa'ai Yalaha, verse 19. Wayaka Zakwa, Al, Wayakazak, Al, Yadawa, Yadwa, Izar, Bun, Yashawa I, Shar, Hama Tazapa, Madaha, Shah Nayath, Shayak, Shanayah, Mana God, Al Latha, Hanashak, Hama Quataza I, verse 20. Akaza Yawa, Haka Raha, Hakaza Yak, Bara Waka, Bun, Zabaya, Madaha, Shanayah, Mana, Hama Quatazawai, I, Pataka, Patak, Baya, Al, Laya She Yaba, Hakahana, La Dawala, verse 21. Akara Yawa, Hakaza Yak, Mara Mawa, Bun, Awara Yaha, Bun, Ha Kwa Wataza, Maraha, Shanaya, Mapathak,
Baya, Laya Shabia, Saki, Shayab, Wa'ai, Thakalaya, Baya, Laya Shayab, verse 22. Wa'a Kavayawa, Haka Zaya Kwawa, Haka Hanayam, Anashia, Hakakar, verse 23. Akarayawa, Hakazayak, Banya Mana, Wakasho Wab, Nagad, Slakia, Bayatham, Akarayawa, Hakazaya Kwa, Slakia, I Zaraya, Bun, Ma'ai Shia, Bun, I Nanaya, Atazala, Baya the Wa, verse 24.
That's it.
Okay.
Most High in Christ. Let's continue on. Let's read that section in English. It's Nehemiah chapter 3, 17 through 23.
Come on. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 3, verse 17. After him repaired the Levites Rehun, the son of Benai. Next unto him repaired Hashabiah, the ruler of the half part of Kilai, and his part. Verse 18. After him repaired their brethren, Bavai, the son of Henadad, the ruler of the half part of Kilai. Verse 19. And next to him repaired Izar, the son of Jeshua, the ruler of Mizpah, another piece over against the going up to the armory at the turning of the wall. Verse 20. After him, Baruch, come on. After him, Baruch, the son of Zabai, earnestly repaired the other piece from the turning of the wall onto the door of the house of Eli Ashabi. Eli Ashabi. Slag it. Eli Ashib. Eliashib, the high priest. Verse 21. After him repaired Merimoth, the son of Uriah, the son of Koz, another piece from the door of the house of Elishab, even to the end of the house of Elishab. Verse 22. And after him repaired the priests, the men of the plain. Verse 23. After him repaired Benjamin, and Hashab over against their house. After him repaired Azariah, the son of Masiah, the son of Ananiah, by his house.
Most High in Christ. We're going to continue on reading in the Hebrew, Nehemiah 3, 24 through 30. I'm going to take this. Verse 24. Akaryawa, Hakazayak, Ban Waya, Ban, Nadad, Nadada, Madah, Shanayath, Mabayath, Slakia, Mabayath, Izariah, Ide, Hamakwa, Tizawa, Wa'ide, Hapana, verse 25. Palala, Bun, Wazaya, Managad, Hama Kwa Tazawai, Waham Gadal, Hayawa Taza'a, Mabayath, Hamalak, Ha'al Yawan, Ashar, La Katazar, Hamat, Tara, Akaryawa, it's like a Padaya, Ban, Ra'aisha, verse 26. Wahan, it's like a Waha, Nathayanyam, Hayawa, Yashabium, I Pal, Id, Nagun, Slakia, Nagad, Sha'ira, Hamayam, Lama Zarak, Waha Magadal, Hayawa Taza'ah, verse 27. Akaryawa, Hakaza Yakwa, Thakwa, Thakwa, Ayam, Mada, Shaniyath, Mana Gada, Hama Gadal, Gadawal, Haya Wataza'a, Wa'id, Kawamath, her Paul, verse 28. Ma'al, Sha'ira, Sawasiyam, Kwazayo, Slakia, Hakaza Yakwa, Hakahanyam, Ayash, Lanagad, by Yahweh, verse 29. Akaryawa, Hakaza Yak, Tazadawak, Ban, Ashal, Slakia, Amar, Gada, Baya Slakia, by Yahweh, Wa'ak Rayawa, Hakaza Yak, Shemaiah, Ban, Shakanaya, Shamar, Sha'ira, Mazarak, verse 30. Akarya, Kazayak, Nanaya, Ban, Shalamaya, Wa Kana Wana, Ban, Tazalak, Shashaya, Mada, Shanaya, Akaryawa, Hakazayak, Ma Shalom, Ban, Ba Rakaya, Gada, Na Shakafwa, Slakia, Na Shakafwa. That's it. So continue on in English. That's Nehemiah 3:24.
Khan. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 3, verse 24. After him repaired Ben Anai, the son of Hananad, another piece from the house of Azariah, onto the turning of the wall, even onto the corner. 25. Palah, the son of Uzai, over against the turning of the wall, and the tower which lieth out from the king's high house, that was by the court of the prison. After him, Pedai, the son of Parash. Verse 26. Moreover, the Nethinims, dwelt in Opal, onto the place over against the water gate toward the east, and toward that and the tower that lieth out. Verse 27. After them, the Tekoites repaired another piece over against the great tower that lieth out, even onto the wall of Opel. Verse 28. From above the horse gate repaired the priests, every one over against his house. Verse 29. After them repaired Zodok, the son of Amir, over against his house. After him repaired also Shemaiah, the son of Shekaniah, the keeper of the east gate. Verse 30. After him repaired Hananiah, the son of Shalamiah, Shelemiah, and Hanan, the sixth son of Zalap, another piece. After him repaired Meshullam, the son of Berechai, over against the chamber, over against his chamber.
So when we get in the kingdom and we read about, how the way we were, we're going to be reading about how, Orangelo and Jamangelo and how the way, how we can't really pronounce these Hebrew names. Once we get in the kingdom, we ain't gonna really be able to pronounce these heathen names that we have, even though we take on Orangelo and make it Orangelo. It's still a heathen name, right? So let's continue on in Hebrew, Nehemiah 3:31 and 32, and then 4:1 through 5. I'm gonna get this. Yeah. Was it 31? Yeah, all right.
31.
Verse 31. Akaria, Kazayak, Ma Lakaya, Ban, Tazar, Paya, Bayath, Natha, Yunyam, Waha, Rokal Nagad, Sha'ira, Mapakad, Wa'id, Al Yatha, Pana, verse 32. Wa Bayan, Al Yatha, Pana, La Sha'ira, Hataza'ana, Yakwa, Hatazar Rakyam, Waha Rakalyam, Nehemiah 4:1, Wayahaya, Ka'ashar, Shamai, Sa na Balat, Kaya, Anak Nawa, Bawanyam, Ath, Haka Wama, Waya Kar, Lawa, Waya Ka'isa, Ha Rabah, Waya Laiga, Al, Ha Yahwadayam. Verse 2, Waya Mar, Lapanya, Akaryawa, Wa Kayal, Shamarwan, Waya Mar, Maha, Haya, Salaka, Haya Ha Wadayam, Ha'a Malalayam, Aisha Yum, Haya Zabwa, Laham, Haya Zabakwa, Haya Kalawa, Bayawam, Haya Hayak Yawa, Ath, Ha'abunyam, Slakia, Ma'ai Ramawath, Ha'ai Par, Wa Hama, Sharawap, Watha. Verse 3. Watawabya, Ha'ai Manaya, Atazalwa, Waya Amar, Gum, Ashar, Hama, Ba Wanayam, Ama, Ila, Wa Shawa'al, Wa Parataza, Kawamath, Abun Yaham. Verse 4. Shemai, Al Yahab, Al Hayanwa, Kaya, Yayanwa, Bawaza, Hashab, Karapath, Al, Ra'asham, Wathanma, La Baza, Barataza, Shabya. Verse 5. Wa'al, Thakasa, Al, Wanama, Waka Ta'amath, Mala Lapanyaka, Al, Thamacha, Kaya, Ka'ai Yasawa, La Nagad, Bawanyam. Continue on in English. That's Nehemiah 3, 31, 32, and then 4, 1 through 5.
Khan. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 3, verse 31. After him repaired Micaiah, the goldsmith's son, onto the place of the Nethims, and of the merchants over against the gate, I.S.U.P.K, and to the going up of the corner. Verse 23. And between the going up of the corner onto the sheep gate, repaired the goldsmiths and the merchants. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 4, verse 1. But it came to pass that when Sanballat heard that we build the wall, he was wroth and took great indignation and mocked the Jews. Verse 2. And he spake before his brethren and the army of Samaria and said, what do these feeble Jews? Will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in a day? Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of the rubbish which are burned? Verse 3. Now Tobiah the Ammonite was by him, and he said, even that which they build in a fox go up, if a fox go up, he shall even break down their stone wall. Verse 4.
This dude talking crap.
Big time.
Keep going.
Come on. Verse 4. Hear, O our God, for we are despised, and turn their reproach upon their own head, and give them for a prey in the land of captivity. Verse 5. And cover not their iniquity, and let not their sin be blotted out from before thee, for they have provoked thee to anger before the builders.
Most High Christ. Been up here. I'm not trying to stand. Forgot you what position for?
Pagaibu, Ban Yahweh, Ban Yashala.
Pagaibu, Ban Yahweh, Ban Yashala.
Yahanna Shem Yahushua Barakatham.
Yahanna Shem Yahushua Barakatah.
Grab your water. Meet up here, Yeshabim, which means to be seated. Kagar, can you take the next one? Nehemiah 4, 6 through 12.
Nehemiah chapter 6 through 12 in the
Chapter
Hebrew.
4.
4, verse 6 in the Hebrew. Wana banaha, hakawama, wata kwashar, cow, hakawama, ka tazaya, wayahaya, la'ain, la'amashawa.
Yeah.
Verse 7. Wayahaya, Ka'ashar, Shemai, son of Balat, Wata, Wabaya, Wahai, Rabium, Rabayum, Wahai, Manayum, Waha Shadawadayim, Kaya, Latha, Taha, Rawaka, Lakama Wa, Yara Wa Shalom, Kaya, Hakalawa, Hapa Ratizayum, Laha Satham, Sathama, Satham, the water, Wayakar, Laham, Ma'ada, Ma'ad, verse 8. Wayakwa Sharawa, Kalama, Yakadwa, La Bawa, Lahalakam, Bayara, Washalum, Wala I Shawa, Lawa. Oh, snap, wow. That was a verse. Where? Oh, the one. The one. Verse 9. Wanatha Palau, Al, Alahai Yanawa, Wana Ain Mayad, Ma Shamar, I La Yaham, Yawamam, Wala Ya Laha, Mapana Yaham. Verse 10. Waya Amar, Yahawada, Kashala, Kaka, Hasabala, Waha I Para, Haraba, Wa'ana, Kanawa, La'a, Nawakal, Labanawa, Nawa, Baka, Wama. Verse 11. Waya Marwa, Tazaranawa, La'a, Yada Iwa, Wala'a, Yara'awa, Id, Ashar, Nabawa, Al, Da, Wa, Kam, Wahara, Ganawam, Waha, Sheba, Tanawa, Hamala, Ka, verse 12. Wayahaya, Ka Ashar, Bawa, Haya Ha Wada, Dayam, Haya Shabayam, Atazalama, Waya Marwa, Lanawa, Aishar, Pa'ai Mayum, Makala, Hama Kwamawa, Ashar, Shata Wabawa, I Laya Nawa, verse 13.
That's it. We're going to continue on in the Hebrew and the English, like it. Nehemiah 4, 6 and 12.
Come. Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 6. So built we the wall, and all the wall was joined together unto the half thereof. for the people had a mind to work. Verse 7. But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and Arabians and the Ammonites, and the Arabians and the Ammonites and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very wroth. Verse 8. And conspired all of them together to come and to fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it. Verse 9.
Hold up, real quick. It's just like what's happening back then. Every time they see a black man standing up for themselves, building their community up, these heathens come together like it's no other and tear us down. They're the reason. I'm not saying what the Black Panther Party was doing was actually right, but they infiltrated all of these organizations that so-called at one point in time had the real intentions of trying to build up the black community, and then they come in and push drugs and COINTELPRO these organizations and tear them down. That's the reason why it can only be one body, one home of the truth, because ain't nobody is COINTELPRO and the I.S.U.P.K. Right. Ain't no drugs gonna be pushed into here to try and tear this body down. Many have tried, but all have failed. Let's keep going. Salaki.
Verse 9. Nevertheless, we made our prayer unto our God and set a watch against them day and night.
Exactly what we do. Keep going.
Because of them. Verse 10. And Judah said, the strength of the bearers of burdens is decayed, and there is much rubbish, so that we are not able to build the wall. Verse 11. And our adversary said, they shall not know, neither see, till we come in the midst among them, and slay them, and cause the work to cease. Verse 12. And it came to pass that when the Jews which dwelt by them came, they said unto us 10 times, from all places whence ye shall return unto us, they will be upon you.
Let's keep going. In Hebrew, Nehemiah 4, 13 through 19. I got it. I mayad mathak mathakath yawak la makawam ma'ak raya la kawama ba tazakak yat slakin ba tazak kayayam wa'a imayad ath ha'aim lama shapak watha I'm Karabath Yaham Rama Ramak Yaham Wakwashath the Yaham. Verse 14. Wa'a Ra'ah Wa'a Kawam Wa Amar Al Hakaryam Wa Al Hasaganyam Wa Al Yathar Ha'im Al Tha Yera'awa Mapunyaha. It's like a Mapunyahum Ath Adanya got a wall Wahan Wa Ra'ah Zakarwa Waha Wa Halak Mawa Al Akayakam Bunyakam Wa Bun Wa Banathyakam Nashayakam Wa Bathayakam. Verse 15. Wa Yahaya Ka'ashar Shamaiwa Wa Al Wa Yab Yanawa Kaya Nawa the I Lada Wa Waya Par Ha'alahayim Ath I to the thumb Wanash Shawab Ka Ka Lanawa Al Hako it's like it Haka Wama Ayash Al Mala Laak the what? Verse 15. It's like it, verse 16. Wa Yahaya Bana Hayawam Haha wa Hatazaya na Iraya Aishayam Bana La Waka Tazayam Wa Kaza Yakam Wa Kaza Ya Yak Yum Waha Ramakyam Ha Maganyam Waha Washathyam Slakya Waha Kashath Watha Waha Sharai Yanyam Waha Sharayam Waha Slakya Waha Sharyam Akarayam Kal Bayath Yahawada. Verse 17. Ha Habo Wanyam Bako Wama Waha Nashayam Basabal. I'm a Shayam Ba Akath Yadwa Aisha Bama La'aka Wa Akath Makazakath Hashalak. Verse 18. Waha Bawanyam Ayash Karabawa Asa Waryam Al Mathanya Wa Wabawanyam Waha the Wakwai Bush Ba Shawapar Atazalaya. Verse 19. Wa Amar Al Ha Hakaryam Wa Al Hasaganyam Wa Al Yathar Ha'im Hamala La'aka Harabah Wa Rakabah Wa Anak Nawa Napar Na Paradium Al Hakawama Raka Wakyam Ayash Ma'akia Wa. Continue on in English. Nehemiah 4:13 through 19.
Come. Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 13. Therefore I set in the lower places behind the wall, and on the higher places I even set the people after their families with their swords, their spears, and their bows. Verse 14. And I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, be not ye afraid of them. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible, and fight for your brethren, and your sons, and your daughters, your wives, and your houses.
These are not Christians, because they ain't picking up not near a weapon. They ain't fighting for their wives, their houses, or their brothers either. You have some, sis?
So,
Mm-hmm.
who is I? Is it Nehemiah? Is it Ezra? I couldn't mix up with who's the person who is like kind of speaking at this time.
This is Nehemiah. Yeah, he's the man in charge right now, and he instructed everybody to build up the walls so they can protect themselves.
So like, I mean, just one last question. So in the beginning of Nehemiah, or somewhere he describes that he was the cupbearer for Artaxerxes. I can't say his name, but
Artaxerxes. Yeah.
But I thought Ezra was the cupbearer.
I'm not sure if Ezra was, but he did say he was the cupbearer, and that's why he had the king's ear.
Okay.
And that was how he was able to he got leave to go to Jerusalem and do this. Nehemiah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was Nehemiah that they got the leave to do this stuff.
Okay, the water.
No sweat. Let's keep going.
Come. Verse 15. And it came to pass, when our enemies heard that it was known unto us, and God had brought their counsel to naught, that we returned all of us to the wall, every one unto his work. Verse 16. And it came to pass from that time forth that the half of my servants wrought in the work, and the other half of them held both the spears, and the shields, and the bows, and the habergeons, and the rulers were behind all the houses of Judah. Were behind all the house of Judah. Verse 17. They which builded on the wall, and they that bear burdens with those that laid it, every one with one of his hands wrought in the work, and with the other hand held a weapon. Verse 18. For the builders, everyone had his sword girded by his side, and so builded. And he that sounded the trumpet was by me. Verse 19. And I said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, the work is great and large, and we are separated upon the wall, one far from another.
All right. Let's continue on reading in the Hebrew, if you could, Kagar. Nehemiah 4:20 to 23, and then 5:1 through 3.
Verse 20 in the Hebrew. Baba Kwam, Ashar, Dashama Iowa, Kwawala, Hasha Salaki, Kawad, Hasha Wapar, Shema, Kwabata Saki, Tha Kwabatazawa, La Yanawa, Alahaya Nawa, Yalakam, Lanawa, verse 21. Wa'ana Kanawa, Aishayim, Bamala'a Kaha, Waka Tazayam. Was it verse 1? What am I telling you? All right, I'm gonna start at verse 21. Wa'a Nakanawa, Aishayam, Bamala'a Kaha, Waka Tazayam, Makaza Ya Kwayam, Barama Ba Kayam, Ma'ai Lawaf, Hashakar, I Taza Hakawa Kabayam, verse 22. Gum Ba'ai Hahaya Amarat Thaya La'ain Ayash Wana Irawa Yala Yanawa Bathawak Yarawa Shalom Wahayawa Lanawa Lanawa Allah Yala Masha Mara Yashamar Wahaya Wama Wahaya Wam Mala'aka, verse 23. Wa'ayan Anaya Wa'akaya Wana'ai Raya Wa'a Nashaya Hasha Hama Shamar Ashar Ha'araya
Akaria.
Akaria Ayan Anakanawa Pasha Tayam Pashatyam Bagad Yanawa Ayash Shalakwa Hamayam. Nehemiah chapter 5 verse 1. Wata Haya Tazai Kwawath Ha'ain Wanasha Yaham Gada Walaha Al Akaya Hum Haya Hawadium, verse 20, verse 2. Wayash, Ashar, Amariam, Bun, Yamwa, Wabana, Yanawa, Ana Kanawa, Rabayam, Wana Kwakoha, Dagana, Wana La Saki, Wa Naa Kala, Wanaka Yaha, verse 3. Wayash, Ashar, Amariam, Shata, Shada, Dayanawa, Wa Karamaya, Noah, Wabata Yanawa, Anakanawa, I Rabian, Wana Kakaha, Dagana, Bara I, verse 4. Bara Iba.
Continue on in English. That is Nehemiah chapter 4, 20 through 23, and then 5, 1 through 3.
Come. Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 20. In what place, therefore, ye hear the sound of the trumpet, resort ye thither unto us. Our God shall fight for us. Verse 21. So we labored in the work, and half of them held the spears from the rising of the morning till the stars appeared. Verse 22.
They're holding posts all day. Keep going.
Verse 22. Likewise, at the same time said I unto the people, let everyone with his servant lodge within Jerusalem, that in the night they may be a guard to us, and labor on the day. Verse 23.
Right there is telling us that we should separate from basically everybody else. Why? Because everybody else is against us. Right. Here, right now, we living under Martin Luther King's nightmare, which we think everybody's equal, when everybody really is against us. At least back then, we knew that everybody was against us. Now we live under some, Christian fog or haze that everybody is, all together in unification, when all they're doing is trying to destroy us subtly. Keep going.
Verse 23. So neither I, nor my brethren, nor my servants, nor the men of the guard which followed me, none of us put off our clothes, saying that everyone put them off. Saving that everyone put them off for washing.
So they said they never took off their clothes, which means Slaki. I remember there was a Joe Muhammad was saying about Commander General Yahanna, how he heard somebody like kicking the door, and they coming out like the police kicking the door and they take the dude out, and he's in his drawers and whatnot. And he was saying, Commander General Yahanna was saying, look at this fool. Why is he naked? You know what I'm saying? And he just couldn't get it through his head, because Commander General Yahanna grew up in a time where the police were just kicking your door at any time of day or night. So he was always dressed and ready for whenever something would happen. And it is just from the scriptures right here, where we had to live like that. And we're still living like that, because we have no idea when someone, an oppressor, or one of our people under the oppressor's mentality is going to kick in our door and come and spoil us, rob us. I just thought that was funny, because Commander General Yahanna was living like that before I even read this. And right here it is in the scripture. Who says we ain't the prophets of old? Who says this ain't us right here in these scriptures? Right. Keep going.
Nehemiah chapter 5, verse 1. And there was a great cry of the people and of their wives against their brethren, the Jews. Verse 2. For there were that said, we, our sons and our daughters, are many. Therefore we take up corn for them, that we may eat and live. Verse 3. Some also there were that said, we have mortgaged our lands, vineyards, and houses, that we might buy corn because of their dearth.
Most High Christ. Let's continue on. In the Hebrew, this is Nehemiah chapter 5, 4 through 10. I'm gonna get this last one. Ka Bashar Aka Ak Yanwa Bashar Ba Shanawa. It's like a Bush Sharnawa Ka Ban Yaham Bun Yanawa wa Hana Anak Nawa Ka Basha Slakia Ka Bashayam Bun Yanawa wa Atha Ba Nathan Slakia Ba Natha Yanwa La'ai Slakia La'ai Badyam Wayasha Wayash Mabun Thayanwa Na Kasha Slakia Na Kabashawath Wa'ayan La'al Ya the Slakia Yadunwa wa Shadath Yanawa wa Kashar Mayanwa La Akaryam. Verse 6. Waya Kar Laya Ma'ad Ka Ashar Shama'ithaya Ath Za'ai Kwamath Slakia Za'ai Kwathum Wa'ath Ha Dabaryam Ha Allah. Verse 7. Wala Slakia Waya Malak Labaya Alya wa Ara Yaba Ath Ha Slakia Ha Karayam wa Atha Ha Saganyam wa Amara Laham Masha'a Ayash Ba'ak Yawa Atham Nasha Ayam wa Athan Slakia wa Athan Alahayam Kwa Hala Gada Wala. Verse 8. Wa Amara Wa Amara Laham Anak Nawa Kana Ka Kwa Nayanwa Ath Akayanwa Ha Yaha Wadam Wadayam Hana Makaryam Lagawayam Kadya Banwa Wagum Athum Thamakarwa Ath Akarai Ak Yakam Namanak Rawa Lanawa Wayak Rayashwa La Slakia Wala Mataza Ath Slakia Mataza Awa Dabar. Verse 9. Waya Amar Lawa Tawab Ha Dabar Ashar Athum Aishayam Ha Lawa Baya Ra'ath Alahayanwa Tha Lakawa Makarat Patha Haga Wayam Wayab Yanwa. Verse 10. Wagum Anat Aniya Akya Wa Na'ai Raya Nashi Slakia Nashiyam Baham Kasap Dawa Gun but Slakia Na'ai Zaba Na'a Af Ha Masha'a Hazah. Let's continue on in English. Nehemiah 5, 4 through 10.
Come. Nehemiah chapter 5, verse 4. There were also that said, we have borrowed money from the king's tribute, and that upon our lands and vineyards. Verse 5. Yet now our flesh is as the flesh of our brethren, our children as their children. And lo, we bring into bondage our sons and our daughters to be servants. And some of our daughters are brought into bondage already. Neither is it in our power to redeem them, for other men have our lands and vineyards. Verse 6. And I was very angry when I heard their cry and these words. Verse 7. Then I consulted with myself, and I rebuked the nobles and the rulers, and said unto them, ye exact usury, every one of his brother. And I set a great assembly against them. Verse 8. And I said unto them, we after our ability have redeemed our brethren the Jews, which were sold unto the heathen. And we will yet even sell our brethren, or shall they be sold unto us? Then held they their peace, and found nothing to answer. Verse 9. Also I said, it is not good that ye do. Ought ye not to walk in the fear of our God, because of the reproach of the heathen, our enemies? Verse 10. I likewise, and my brethren, and my servants, might exact of them money and corn. I pray you, let us leave off this usury.
Let's leave off this usury. If you borrow from a brother, or if a brother borrows from you, you are not to charge them interest. This is a sin. It's called usury, and even the oppressor has something called usury, but their usury is something over to like 25%. We are not to charge you usury interest off of money we lent to anybody, any one of us. You got something?
Like we can charge them stinking heathens anything.
You're damn right. Once we get the kingdom, they're gonna learn what a bad credit and debt is. Right. Anybody else have anything?
So I had a question about what they were talking about with their daughters in bondage. Were they selling their daughters? So like it was verse 5. It's verse 5.
Yes.
Okay.
They were there. Yes. Well, and he was going into it, the usury. We couldn't pay it back. So in order, like in times, if you couldn't pay a debt, you would go and work for them, or you would have your children go and work for them. So this is what they were talking about.
So wasn't Nehemiah saying that they shouldn't have done that period?
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. And that's why when he finished what he was saying, they had nothing to say because they was cut.
So like say some more.
Sir.
I don't know if you said it while I was in the restroom. Usury is interest. That's what it's saying. Usury is interest. Like you're not supposed to do that to your own people. That's how you get rich off another nation. Understand? It's a very cruel thing, especially if you already got poor people that can barely afford what they have because of the taxes you putting on them. Then they need to get something from you, which is why you collecting treasuries in the Lord's storehouse. Then you're gonna tax them on top of that what they already can't afford, and then take their home, which you're not supposed to be able to take a man's home. You understand? That's a real heathen custom. Nobody is supposed to be able to take your family's home and land and keep it indefinitely. That's never supposed to happen.
And just to piggyback of what Captain was saying, even now, with as many woke people that are out there trying to get land, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but really in this kingdom, you really don't own land. No matter how much you think you pay for it, you don't own it. You know how you know? Don't pay them taxes. Who's going to come and get them? The government is going to come and get them. So even in the kingdom, the way the captain was explaining, we ain't supposed to be able to take someone's land like that. Their land is their land, just like it says. Once all these heathens serve out their punishment, they're going to have their own place to go to. They're going to have their own inheritance, except for Esau. It's like you had another thing, sis.
I just wanted to make sure I understood that. So this is Israel doing this to Israel. This isn't like heathens doing this to Israel.
No, it's heathens doing it to us, and we're trying to be like the heathens and do it to we're still doing it to ourselves as well.
Oh, okay.
Just like you know, if we get a little bit of money, we're gonna Jakes do that in the world. We do everything the heathens do and think it's gravy. The only way we can come up is exploit ourselves, the poor of ourselves, so that we can come up and be like the heathens. That is the things that we're doing now, we did back then. The things that we did back then, we're doing now, unfortunately. But once the kingdom comes, there ain't gonna be none of this ever. Anybody else have any other before we close out? And with that, I say the men up here, I say I'm Michael, which means stand. If you could go.
SHALAM.
Imagine, which means to stand. Wapayaha, which means turn the face to the east. We want to say the Lord's Hebrew, the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Repeat after me. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayah. Kodah. I.S.U.P.K. Yahanna. Laba'ah. I.S.U.P. Kawah. Shemayah. Thundernaut. Come. Yawam. Basalakina. Kabawathina. Wala'ah. Tabi'ayana. Banasaya 1. Abal. Hawashayana. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Waha'ala. Wathapara. Amen.
In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation. Deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
We're going to say, I'll cut the power, Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Barakashah. The Thundernaut. Hakat. Lapa'ah. So, Kal Maka'ala. Wakal Marawa. Hakat. Latahar. Hamatazariah. Hakat. Lahakwi. Hamathi. Hakat. Second. Abraka Awaf. Hamata A'ala. Barashun. Ba'ashem Yahushua. The water Amun.
In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
We're going to say, bless Israel, Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Barak Lanao. Wayasha'ala. Mahabaya. Sapari. Barak. Magun. Ba'ashem Yahushua. The water Amun.
In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect. I love them. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
We're going to say Psalms 121. Asha'ah. Ayanya. Ahahori. Ma'ayan. Yaba'ah. Azari. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. I.S.U.P. Shemayah. Waharatazah. Ayathan. Lamawat. Regalka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Hana. La'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashun. Shawamar. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazalka. Ayah. Yamyaka. Yawamam. Hashamash. La'ah. Yakarka. Wayarak. Balayala. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Makalra. Yashamar. Atnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Yashamal, Taza'atka, Waba'atka, Ma'aitha, Wa'ai Awalam, the Wada Aman.
In English, I will lift up my eyes to the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hills.
Whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my
My
help?
help cometh from your house.
My help cometh from your house.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
You will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
You will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
that keepeth thee,
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel.
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
Nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going
and
out
thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore.
So be it.
So be it.
We're going to say Psalms 83. Alahaya,
Alahai,
Al-Damayalaka,
Al-Damayalaka,
Al-Takarash,
Al-Takarash,
Al-Tashakwat,
Al-Tashakwat,
Al, Kayahanna,
Kayahanna,
Al-Yabyaka,
Al-Yabyaka,
Yahamayawam,
Yahamayawam,
Wamashanayaka,
Wamashanayaka,
Nasha'awa,
Nasha'awa,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al-Aimaka,
Al-Aimaka,
Ya'ira Yamwa,
Ya'ira Yamwa,
Sawad,
Sawad,
Wayataya Aitazawa,
Wayataya Aitazawa,
Al-Tasapawanyaka,
Al-Tasapawanyaka,
Amawa,
Amawa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakira,
Wanakakira,
Magalia,
Magalia,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Sham Yashal,
Shamyashal,
Aiwa,
Aiwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa Aitazawa,
Nawa Aitazawa,
La,
La,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Al-Yaka,
Al-Yaka,
Waya,
Waya,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Ahalia,
Ahalia,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wayashama Alia,
Wayashama,
Mawa'aba,
Mawa'aba,
Wahagarian,
Wahagarian,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa'aimawan,
Wa'aimawan,
Wa'aimalak,
Wa'aimalak,
Palashat,
Palashat,
Amyashabi,
Amyashabi,
Tazawul,
Tazawul,
Gamashawul,
Gamashawul,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawat,
Hayawat,
Zarawai,
Zarawai,
Labaya Lawat,
Labaya Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aishalaham,
Aishalaham,
Kamadian,
Kamadian,
Kasara Sara'ah,
Kasai Sara'ah,
Kayabian,
Kayabian,
Banakal,
Banakal,
Koyashuan,
Koyashuan,
Nashamaru,
Nashamaru,
Ba'ayanda Ira,
Ba'ayanda Ira,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Saki, Daman,
Daman,
La'adama,
La'adama,
Shayatamba,
Shayatamba,
Nadayamawa,
Nadayamawa,
Ka'ira,
Ka'ira,
Wakaza Abba,
Wakaza Abba,
Wakaza Abba,
Wakaza Abba,
Wakaza Ba,
Wakaza Ba,
Wakata Zamana,
Wakaza Zamana,
Kanasaya Kamwa,
Kanasaya Kamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amaru,
Amaru,
Naya Rashad,
Naya Rashad,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Na'awa,
Na'awa,
Alahaya,
Alahai,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shayatamba,
Shayatamba,
Kagogala,
Kagogala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya Raka,
Lapanya Raka,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Taba Ira Ya'ira,
Taba Ira,
Wakala Haba,
Wakala Haba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Haryam,
Haryam,
Khan,
Khan,
Tabadatma,
Tabadatma,
Basa Iraka,
Basa Iraka,
Wabasa Wapatka,
Wabasa Wapatka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwalawan,
Kwalawan,
Wayabakwashua,
Wayabakwashua,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahweh,
Yabashu,
Yabashu,
Ya'aba Iowa, sorry, Wayaba Awa,
Wayaba,
Aya
Ai,
Waya Kapawa,
Waya Kapawa,
Waya Abadwa,
Waya Abadwa,
Waya the Iowa,
Waya the Iowa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Atha, Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahweh,
Labaka,
Labaka,
Al-Yawan,
Al-Yawan,
Al-Kaha Ratazah,
Al-Kaha,
the Wada Aman,
the water Aman.
In English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy
And
peace.
be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
Thy
thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate
have
thee.
lifted up the head.
And lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden
They have
ones.
said.
They have said,
Come, let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation.
In the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel
May be no more remembered.
may be no more
For
remembered.
they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against
They are confederate
the
against thee.
tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of
And
Edom.
the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
And Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
Gabal and Ammon.
Gabal and
And
Ammon.
Amalek.
And Amalek.
And Philistines.
The Philistines.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashes also joined with them.
Ashes also joined with
They
them.
have hope in the children of Lot.
And have hope in the children of Lot. Selah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sarah.
As to Sarah.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kishon.
At the brook of Kishon.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
And became dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red.
Make their nobles like a red.
Like the egg.
And like the egg. Yea.
All their princes.
All their princes.
As Zabah.
As Zabah.
As Amunah.
As Amunah.
Whose say to ourselves, the house of Yahweh possession. The house of Yahweh possession. Hold my power. Hold my power. Make them like a wheel. Make them like a wheel. As a stubble before the wind. As a stubble before the wind. As a fire burning the wood. As a fire burning the wood. As the flame set the mountains on fire. As the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them. So persecute them. With thy tempest. With thy tempest. And make them afraid. And make them afraid. With thy storm. With thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. That they may seek thy name. Oh Yahweh. Oh Yahweh. Let them be confounded. Let them be confounded. In trouble forever. In trouble forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. Let them be put to shame. And perish. And perish. That men may know. That men may know. That thou. Whose name alone. Whose name alone. Is Yahweh. Is Yahweh. The Most High. Of the Most High. Over all the earth. Over all the earth. So be it. So be it.
We're going to say the blessings. Barakah. So I can keep it. The blessings. Barakah Yahweh.
Barakah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shah?
Why Yahweh Shah?
Why Mayaka Allah?
Why Mayaka Allah?
Why sorry? Why Alahayim?
Why Alahayim?
Mataza Baya.
Mataza Baya.
Alawat Yahanna.
Alawat Yahanna.
Ha Alawapim.
Ha Alawapim.
Ha Sarayim.
Ha Sarayim.
Ha Quatis Yoyim.
Ha Quatis Yoyim.
Ha Koyo Yoyim.
Ha Koyo Yoyim.
Waha Kawapim.
Waha Kawapim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim Yahushua.
Bashim Yahushua.
What Aman.
What Aman.
And the English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angel.
And the angel.
The manager of Yahanna.
The manager of Yahanna.
The general. The captain. The captain. The officer.
The officer.
The trooper. And the assistant. And the assistant. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
A bit of a psalm which means to turn. Sisters, you may be seated. Men of Israel, gird up thy loins and prepare to salute the Torah.
One curse salute.
Oh, men of Israel will give one curse salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amaju Shabbat, Amaju, Barak,
Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahya Matah, psalm which means to turn. Since you may stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one curse salute to the sister. Men of Israel, Amaju Shabbat, Amaju, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Allah Shem Yahushua.
Yahya Matah, collects his list. Just like